It's Overland Expo, day 1. First day reflections for Overland Expo. First thought is, I feel really poor. I'm not poor, but I feel poor. Pretty much everything I saw at the expo felt inaccessible to me. I don't know how people have that much money. Second thought, there is a ton of cool stuff to look at here. Everyone is here, they've got all their gear and vehicles out so you can check it out. But in a weird way, seeing all that stuff together in one place kind of makes me want it less. It's almost like my brain overloaded a bit. More than ever, I think I'm happy just taking my clunky FOTORNR out and taking my kids camping. Third thought, everyone is super nice. Fourth thought, the classes are really good. I had trouble finding some of them today because they move them around and they're not very good with signage here for the classes. But I eventually found them, and the instructors and courses are all really good. Fifth and final thought, a cot is no good without an inflatable sleeping pad. My wife encouraged me to bring one, and I neglected to do that, and that will never happen again. So, was it worth coming to Overland Expo? I don't know yet. Stay tuned. Overland Expo Day 2. Here we go. So reflecting on the second day of Overland Expo, I have 3 thoughts. The first thought is that sometimes you have to cheat. There were a lot of classes that I really wanted to do that I was waitlisted for, didn't make the wait list, and I just sneaked in anyway, and it totally worked. Now, I know how hard it is to put on an event like this, and I don't like to mess up anyone's system, but the truth is, there's plenty of room in these classes. A lot of the ones I wanted to go to are held outdoors, and they could have doubled the class size and nobody would have noticed the difference. So I did what I had to do. I sneaked into classes and totally got into the ones I wanted to get into. My second thought is that sometimes you learn more by watching than by doing. And that sounds counterintuitive, but in the class on picking a line, how to choose a route over rocky obstacles, the drivers actually got to see and learn the least, and it was the people watching and people guiding who actually got all the insights. There's always a big rush for people to bring their own vehicles and drive them over the obstacles, but honestly it was more worthwhile to just stand there and watch other people do it. So if you're thinking of doing one of those classes, consider not worrying about your vehicle. Just go and stand and watch and listen and learn how to do it. And my third thought is that there's always another way to do things. When you're looking through all this gear and equipment, it can sometimes feel like you need $500,000 worth of equipment to actually go overlanding. And it's totally not true. If you have a handful of tools and a couple materials, you can usually improvise most of this stuff. Quality might not be as good, might not be as convenient, but you can do a surprising amount with very little. And that's something to keep in mind when you have all these different companies telling you you need this, that, and the other thing. It's just not true. You can totally keep it simple and cheap and still do all the things you want to do. It is day 3, and there is apparently a storm coming in. final thoughts on Overland Expo. My first thought is that peanut butter might be the perfect camping food. It can be breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert, snack. Peanut butter is pretty versatile, keeps well, perfect camping food. My second thought is that sunscreen and dust do not mix well. I just took this off my face, and that's gross. And my final thought on Overland Expo is that people are more fun than things. And today I skipped most of my classes, didn't really spend any time at the trade show, and instead just focused on talking to people, connecting with people that I knew from online, meeting some new people, just chatting with random people that I happened to bump into. And I had a great experience doing that. I would say this was the best experience I've had of the last few days. So to summarize, the real question is, was it worth attending Overland Expo? And I would have to say for me it was. I had a great time in the classes. I learned a lot of things, got a lot of good insights. The trade show is over the top, as everybody knows. It's kind of ridiculous, but it's still fun to look at stuff. And of course, the best part was the people. Getting to meet people I had known online, getting to meet new people that I just met randomly, meeting people that I'd followed for a long time, and just exchanging stories and sharing experiences and insights was a great part of this adventure. So Overland Expo, yeah, it was worth it. I don't know if I'll go every year. I don't know if I'll do the full experience every time, but I don't regret having spent the money. It was worthwhile, and I'm glad I came. See you next time.